So we could start by you telling me your name and what you do.
Okay, my name is Vishaka Lama, and I'm the owner of Showroom 521. And Showroom 521 is a multi-line showroom, and also at the same time I'm a distributor for 2 lines that's been wrapped here, which is Lumiere and Barriano, which is based out of Australia.
How did you get into fashion to begin with? Did you always know that when you were little?
I think I always had an eye for fashion when I was little. Like, I always told my mom what I liked, what I didn't like.
Your taste when you
and the place where I grew up, you could tell her.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in a Darjeeling, which is a little part of India, Nepal. It's very close, yeah. So there are little tailors, where you can go actually custom made your outfits, nice. Dresses. So it's very common there. It's not expensive like here to go and have it custom made. So. And I always had, I knew exactly what I wanted, Perfect. I always loved doing that, telling, okay, this way, that way. So after that, when I moved here, I went to school here, then I went to the college here, fashion college.
Oh, you did? Which one?
I started with West Valley, then I went to San Francisco.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, I went to the college there and finished my degree and everything. I also took business, so I have, so I did both. So
Do you think that's pretty important in fashion, to know both sides?
You know what? I loved fashion, but I was like, okay, you have to be very, very, very creative. Fashion is all about creation. At the same time, it's such a business part of it.
Definitely.
And both kind of fascinate me. And
me too.
Then I was at the point, I was when I go into fashion school, so I was okay, I love it, but am I that creative to get to that level, where it's so competitive? So I was and I always loved numbers,
nice.
The business part, it's always fascinated me. So I was okay, let me also do the backup class for business if I don't get to be as creative and be successful in fashion. So after I graduated, and it's just I feel now I have been able to use both. Because even though I don't get to design and stuff, so I'm more of a distribution, more of a business side.
Yeah.
But I can relate good styles, back style. Yeah. I can give the feedback, so I'm still very connected with that part of the
You're right.
Designing.
It's still creative.
Yeah, and at the same time, I get to do my business.
It is.
Right.
So how do you know when, say, a line comes to you? Mm-hmm. How do you know if you want to pick them up or not? What do you look for? It obviously has to fit, right? I mean,
obviously, yeah. And it's whenever I see the line, I look at their designs, and it's there's so many lines. How is I think about, okay, if in my head I think about 10 really good customer who will be okay, Vishaka, I'll look at the line. Then I was okay, this is a line for me. I have to fall in love with the line, when I see it. After 7 years of experience, I can tell whether it's going to fit within my customer base or not. Yeah.
Okay.
So
you look at where things are made, how well they're made.
Yeah, everything. First of all,
design.
Yes, all
what
this
about
factor.
The people? What about the designer? Do you have to kind of be able to work with them easily?
That's so key.
What, before they even come to you, what do most reps kind of want? What's going on in your heads when they come to you?
Yeah, first of all, I look at the product. It has to be a good product. Then logistic, which is really, really important.
And then what?
The logistic part of it,
the logistics. Mm-hmm. Oh, so that's a very important.
That's so important.
Okay.
Not just being able to deliver on time, have a good communication and the trust. It's when you have a line, I think it's a relation you build. So Definitely. It's like a marriage, for
Definitely.
So you are into it, so you have to do it together, and it's you work really close. So I think it's really, really, really important that the people you work with, you have a connection and you are in the same page, and you work very with the trust and good numbers. Of course, numbers, it's a part of a business, and so it works for both the teams and work together as as a really closely, and make it happen together. Yeah, because someone could make a very amazing line. If the salespeople are not good, what's the point? If the salespeople puts like all their effort, does what it needs more than that. If the designs are not sellable, if it goes in the sell rack, it's not good. So it has to be like both. I think it both plays a really important part.
If you think of the new Mart, is there a story or a memory or a feeling that comes to mind? And if so, what is that thing?
Yeah, so I used to be, when I first started my business, I started with the building, who is like opposite here, the Cal Mart. Then everyone started moving here, the new Mart. There was a buzz about the new Mart, before I moved, and I was like, then like that was a home for me for so long. So it's like,
really, how long were you at the Cal Mart?
I was there for like 5 years, so that's a long time. Nice. So then then it's like before moving here. But when I met Ethan, he's like so nice. He's so cool, and the whole team. He made the whole move. Like when I moved here 2.5 years ago, he made it so easy. So I think he just like listens to what tenants has to say. I think he's a great person, very accommodating. Like when I moved, it was a piece of cake, like really easy, So, like you said, security guard. I missed the guy downstairs for the coffee, but I think he's coming back. So I think the new Mart, it's like more cozy. I think new Mart is very cozy for me. Like, I've been here only 2.5 years, but already feels like, okay, relaxed and cozy, like that atmosphere. And makes it fun for you to come to work,
Last thing would really be, where do they find Showroom 521?
There's a website, www.showroom521.com, so you can go check us out, and like also, like I also believe in the one-on-one communication. Anytime there's my email, they can shoot an email and we get back to them right away, for appointments or anything or any questions. So
wow, Vishaka, that is cool. That's like that personal connection you're talking about. You're approachable.
Exactly.
That's really unique.
Rather than just posting like one.
It's like they can reach you.
Yes.
That's very cool.
Give one-on-one.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Of course,
Thank you.